Our worst day, I think, is still better than a lot of people's best days at their jobs. Keeping it fun, keeping it interesting is all a part of beer in general in the industry. But for us, we were afforded that opportunity to kind of really create a real interesting culture. And what became of it was this wonderful support group of volunteers and community that really is quite amazing. I'm Fritz Rahr.
I'm Erin Rahr, and we're the co-founders of Rahr & Sons Brewing Company in Fort Worth, Texas.
Rahr & Sons Brewery is a small microbrewery located here in Fort Worth, Texas, where a brewery is very community sensitive and community strong. And we brew 20-some different styles of beer throughout the year. And the best part of our job is watching people drink our beer and smile after they take their first sip. So that's what we do.
So the brewery's located in the near south side of Fort Worth. And back in 2004, there wasn't very much here in this area. Lots of empty houses and buildings shut up with boards on, but we took a leap of faith and opened up the brewery here right off of South Main. And
I wouldn't say it was a demilitarized zone, but in our certain little square block area, it was pretty rough. And it's been really interesting to watch the whole community grow over the last 12 years. When we decided to open up the brewery in North Texas here in Fort Worth, it was 2004. So really 2003, we made the mental decision that this is what we wanted to do. It was really risky. There was not a huge craft beer scene in North Texas. Well, the first 4 or 5 years was really difficult. We were undercapitalized. We were trying to do everything by ourselves. And literally on more than one occasion, almost made a decision to close down the brewery. February 12th, 2010, we had a huge ice storm followed by a huge heavy wet snowstorm. And literally the roof caved in on us. I remember arriving at the brewery, seeing what I saw, immediately getting on the phone, calling Erin in tears. It's over, we're done. It's finally, the end is here. Calling up the employees and kind of reiterating the same message. And by this time we had a bunch of people at the brewery, and we basically had a mule chain going from the cooler all the way out to the semi-trucks, hand loading thousands of boxes or cases of beer and hundreds of kegs. And we got everything out of the brewery that we could save.
And from that point on, the community just really rallied around us and supported us. It was just amazing every time we had an event while the brewery wasn't in operation, how many people came out and rallied around us and showed their support and let us know that they would be the first person in line to buy beer again. I think one of the things that makes us different and unique is Fritz and I's passion for giving back to the community. Fritz had a very strong passion for beer, and I've always had a very strong passion for helping out other people. So one of the gifts that I feel like we've been giving is to have this facility and to be able to bring in local nonprofits and let them come in and tell the 800 to 1,000 people that are here on a Saturday about their mission.
And I think once they came here, they started looking around for maybe some other things to do. Let's go to the brewery and then let's go have dinner here, or let's go have lunch before. And since we've opened up, it's just been really neat to watch the rejuvenation of the area down here that is the Fort Worth South area. And I'd like to think that maybe we've helped a little bit in that aspect of bringing people back to this side of town, because this side of town is so rich in history and a part of what was Fort Worth back in the day.
We were fortunate enough 2 years ago to receive a Joan Klein Award from the near South Side 2 years ago for the revitalization of this area. It was a very big honor for us both.
The whole philanthropic, the charity aspect of the brewery is so important to us. I think we all have our personal reasons why, but from a business standpoint for us, when the roof came down, I mean, it could have been the end of everything. People kept the draft handles open, even if they didn't have our beer. People came to us offering up assets and time and their personal energy to help bring the brewery back together. And I think when you look at a brewery, especially a craft beer brewery like ours, we're woven into the infrastructure of the community. People like coming to the brewery. It's part of their lives. It's become part of the culture of their individual lives. I think in 10, 20 years, when people look back at the brewery, or still look at the brewery, I hope, that they will see an organization that has really stayed true to what their beliefs are. And I'd like to think that people will look back at us and see, these guys did it right. These guys are engaged, they're active, they don't just talk the talk, but they walk the walk as well. And as long as we're involved with the brewery, and as long as we're still breathing, we will continue down that road because it is part of who we are. And I think that's what brings a lot of joy to us, is being so tied into what happens around this wonderful town.
And I think every day we're striving to make new goals for the brewery and for the community, as well as making the best beer that we can.